When football fans talk about the greatest midfielders in Premier League history, one name is impossible to ignore: Frank Lampard. A midfielder who scored goals like a striker, a leader who delivered in the biggest moments, and a player who transformed himself from doubted youngster into a football legend. For many Chelsea fans, Lampard is the greatest player the club has ever produced. Born on June 20, 1978, in London, Lampard came from a football family. His father, Frank Lampard Sr., was a respected defender for West Ham United F.C, while his uncle, Harry Redknapp, would later manage him. Because of those connections, many critics unfairly claimed young Frank only got opportunities because of his family name. Lampard heard the criticism constantly. Too slow. Not talented enough. Only in the team because of nepotism. Those doubts would fuel him for the rest of his career. Lampard made his professional debut for West Ham in 1996 and gradually developed into one of England's brightest midfield talents. His work ethic quickly became famous. While other players relied on natural ability, Lampard trained relentlessly to improve every aspect of his game. Former teammates often spoke about his obsession with practice, shooting drills, fitness sessions, extra training after matches. Lampard later said, "Talent is not enough. You need something else to push you." In 2001, Lampard made the move that changed his life forever when he signed for Chelsea F.C. At the time, Chelsea were not yet the powerhouse they would later become. But everything changed after the arrival of owner Roman Abramovich in 2003. Alongside stars like John Terry, Didier Drogba, Petr Cech, and Claude Markaleil, Lampard became a central figure in one of the greatest eras in Chelsea history. Under manager Jose Mourinho, Chelsea dominated English football, and Lampard became unstoppable. What separated Lampard from many midfielders was his football intelligence. He read the game brilliantly, understood space better than almost anyone, and timed his attacking runs to perfection. Again and again, he would arrive in the box at exactly the right moment while defenders focused on the strikers around him. That timing became one of his deadliest weapons. Lampard also brought incredible consistency. Season after season, regardless of the manager, system, or players around him, he delivered goals, assists, leadership, and world-class performances. Very few midfielders in football history maintained such high standards for so long. Season after season, he scored incredible numbers of goals from midfield. Long-range strikes, late runs into the box, penalties, volleys. Lampard could score every type of goal imaginable. Mourinho once described Lampard as one of the best players in the world. During his career at Chelsea, Lampard won 3 Premier League titles, 4 FA Cups, 2 League Cups, UEFA Champions League and a UEFA Europa League. But perhaps his most astonishing achievement was becoming Chelsea's all-time leading goalscorer. A midfielder. Lampard scored 211 goals for Chelsea, breaking the long-standing record held by Bobby Tambling. That record alone showed how unique he truly was. One of the defining moments of Lampard's career came in the 2012 UEFA Champions League campaign. After years of heartbreak in Europe, Chelsea finally reached the final against FC Bayern Munich in Munich. Against the odds, Chelsea won the trophy on penalties, giving Lampard the biggest prize of his club career. As vice-captain, he lifted the Champions League trophy alongside John Terry in one of the greatest nights in Chelsea history. Lampard's partnership with Drogba became legendary, while his midfield rivalry with Steven Gerrard and Paul Scholes defined an era of Premier League football. For England, Lampard earned 106 caps and scored 29 goals, representing his country at multiple World Cups and European Championships. Although England never achieved the success many hoped for during the so-called Golden Generation, Lampard still produced unforgettable moments in an England shirt. One of football's biggest controversies also involved him. At the 2010 FIFA World Cup against Germany national football team, Lampard scored a perfectly legitimate goal that crossed the line clearly before bouncing out, but the goal was not given. The incident increased calls for goal line technology, which football later introduced worldwide. After leaving Chelsea in 2014, Lampard had spells with Manchester City and New York City F.C. before retiring in 2017. Even late in his career, his professionalism and fitness remained remarkable. Football also remained central to the Lampard family. Frank's cousin is Jamie Redknapp, while his family's deep connection to football helped shape his understanding of the game from childhood. After retiring, Lampard moved into management. He first impressed at Derby County by guiding them to the Championship playoff final before eventually returning to Chelsea as manager. He later managed Everton during a difficult period for the club, helping them avoid relegation in dramatic fashion. In 2024, Lampard took charge of Coventry City and guided the club to promotion, adding another important achievement to his growing managerial career and showing his determination to succeed from the dugout just as he had as a player. Although his managerial career has had mixed success so far, many players and fans still praise Lampard for his leadership, professionalism, and understanding of football. But Frank Lampard's legacy was built long before management. It was built through intelligence, timing, consistency, goals, leadership. He wasn't the flashiest footballer. He wasn't the quickest. But few players worked harder to maximize their talent. That relentless mentality turned him into one of football's greatest midfielders. And that is why Frank Lampard will always be remembered as a true footballing icon. Not just because of the trophies. Not just because of the goals. But because he proved that dedication, intelligence, and consistency can take a player to the very top of world football. If you enjoyed this episode of True Footballing Icons, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another legendary football story. And let us know in the comments, where does Frank Lampard rank among the greatest midfielders in football history?